In the clatter of recent headlines around transgender rights, it can be a deeply painful and personal experience for the people affected by changing and controversial laws. Tonight, a rare vantage point, the powerful journey of one person taking the biggest step imaginable. Here's ABC's Gloria Riviera.
I'm going to have you initial next to that.
Reevs O'Neal is about to go under the knife.
What are you having done today?
Double mastectomy in the breast.
It's called top surgery, removing the female breasts Reevs, a transgender man, was born with. His nerves start kicking in.
It's getting real.
When people come in their scrubs,
Yeah,
it starts to
very
get real.
business-like.
This is a day he's dreamed about. But he says it was almost unimaginable when he was growing up in North Carolina.
In North Carolina, it definitely wasn't safe for me to transition. It's terrifying, and like the consequences I'd have to face.
No hate in my state!
His home state has become the latest battleground for transgender and LGBT rights. Last month, House Bill 2, the so-called bathroom bill, was signed into law.
These rules are in place so that we can be safe!
Requiring transgender people to use public bathrooms matching their birth certificates. The governor saying it's meant to protect girls in bathrooms.
It's basic common sense. It's etiquette of privacy that we've had for decades.
The law sparking outrage and even prompting corporations to boycott. Led by celebrities like rock legend Bruce Springsteen, who canceled a sold-out concert in North Carolina because of the law. His bandmates speaking out about the decision.
Yeah, you got to hurt people economically to have them do the right thing morally.
We don't need Bruce Springsteen to come here and tell us how to operate.
But there is still plenty of support for the bill here and across the country. North Carolina is just the latest in a slew of other states proposing similar measures. This political fight getting very personal on this season's I Am Kate on E!
Yesterday in Houston, an ordinance protecting LGBT people was repealed. The lead slogan was, "No men in women's bathrooms."
Caitlyn Jenner confronted by her transgender friends, including author and activist Jennifer Boylan, about her conservative views.
There is a faction of people who uses fear of trans people, fear of gay people, to bring people to the polls, and it's
not the Republicans.
I don't feel like they're out to get us. Every conservative guy out there believes in everybody's rights. This Tom Ford dress.
Mom has
Caitlyn's glamorous life on the show, supported by friends, family, and stylists. A far cry from the reality that most transgender people face.
No one's giving them awards. No one's telling them that they're the Woman of the Year. Young transgender people are fighting for their lives.
Young people like Reevs, born Reva to a Southern Baptist family in North Carolina, from an early age, he knew something didn't feel right.
I don't know, I was probably like 7 or 8, and like refusing to wear the church dresses because of, the representation that came along with wearing a dress.
But it wasn't until much later that he learned on social media what it meant to be transgender.
You never heard that word. It was just like this aha moment.
what was that like?
Scary. It was so scary.
When you realized I'm transgender, your next thought almost about your parents was what?
I can never tell them.
For years, he lived 2 lives. Every time he left his house, wrapping his chest in the car with ace bandages, a painful process.
But that's like really terrible. Like, oh my God, it's awful. Having that wrapped around your chest all day, and like I had like 2 or 3 on.
Believing he could never come out to his own mother, the two stopped talking. Feeling misunderstood and scared, he fled, ending up on the streets of Washington, D.C., homeless.
What was it like to come to D.C. and not have a place to live?
It was terrifying. No job. I only had like $100 to my name. It was frightening.
When we first met Reevs, he wasn't planning that life-changing surgery. He was just grateful to have a home here at Casa Ruby, an emergency shelter that welcomes young transgender men and women, founded by Ruby Corrado.
It was I was blown that, the stranger, someone who didn't even know me, was, gonna take me in, trust me on their property, and like give me a place to stay. And I was just like, wow, like I'd never experienced that kind of kindness before.
Ruby calls anyone who ends up here her children.
Excuse me? See, this just isn't as bad. You can have mom.
Oh, I can rock moms too.
Hi, Reeves.
Like Reeves, everyone who lives here has run away from something.
For at least 6 months, I've been sleeping on trains.
Well,
I've been sleeping outside. Without here, I wouldn't have nothing.
You're in a safe place. Everybody walks in the door with some trauma. I often have to repair their dignity.
Family rejection, discrimination, and violence. Facts of life for many in this community. Turns out that 1 in 5 transgender people end up homeless at one point in their lives. And according to one survey, close to half attempt suicide.
We live in a system that's not made for us. Our society isn't for transgender people, and we're like still having to fight to make space for us. So like, yeah, there's still like a lot lacking.
Reeves says the bathroom bill just passed in his home state will not only make his life harder, but more dangerous.
What do you make of these laws in North Carolina?
They're people are gonna get harmed.
What's the biggest risk?
The biggest risk is murder, like being killed.
Reeves says many in his North Carolina family don't understand the reality he's had to face. He's just found out on Facebook that some in his extended family even support the bill.
That was heartbreaking. Like, I'm not really close to her, but like I know she loves me, and it was just like it was like thoughtless of her, really.
But after 3 months of support from Casa Ruby, we're with him as he gets ready to move into a home of his own.
I'm a nervous wreck. I've had like a lot of potential safe spaces, but was always let down. That's it.
Goodbye, darling.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Try to relax, look straightforward.
Within another few months, a new job and a new partner, MMObot by his side, Reeves is now finally able to take the biggest step so far.
What's happening?
Yeah. It definitely is happening.
There you go.
He's about to have a double mastectomy.
Oh, no.
Helping match his physical body to who he is.
All you do now is wait.
Yep. It's a waiting game. I suck at that.
After 2 months of recovery, the Reeves we meet now is walking with a newfound swagger.
I feel like you're standing up straighter. Is that my perception, or I feel like
the binder would like make me so tense.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like when I met you, it was more like this.
Yeah.
No longer needing that breast flattening binder.
You happy to say goodbye to this?
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Here, you can toss it around.
Yeah, gone.
He tells us he's looking forward to the summer when he can show off.
I'm just like, hey, handsome, what's good? Gonna have a good day? Yeah, you are.
How this one feels on everything.
Despite his hardships, Reeves knows he's been more fortunate than others. He's now mending his relationship with his mother back in North Carolina.
No hate in my state.
She's told him she'll even stand up against the new bathroom bill.
They're just like, well, come here, like I'll go to the bathroom with you. And it's like, no, Mom, you can't actually go into the bathroom with me. Like you'll probably end up arrested too.
But that's a start, it sounds like, for your mom.
Yeah, she's trying. It's cute.
One important step in a long journey towards healing. For Nightline, I'm Gloria Riviera in Washington, D.C.